Russians admit their air defense caused the Baku-Grozny plane crash. Ukraine's Special Operations Forces share more notes by North Korean soldier killed in Russia's Kursk region, and how drone strikes ship captured by Russia in 2014 in Crimea. The latest news next. Russians who reviewed the transcript of the crew's conversations from the Baku-Grozny flight themselves admit that the air crash was caused by their air defense systems, according to Andriy Kovalenko, head of the Center for Counteracting Disinformation. Russians who reviewed the transcript of the crew's conversations from the Baku-Grozny flight admit that ADS struck the Azerbaijan Airlines plane, stated Kovalenko, adding that the holes in the fuselage visible in the video could not have been caused by a bird strike. According to Kovalenko, the detonation of an anti-aircraft missile from an air defense system damaged the plane and disabled its systems. He also noted that Russia did not close the airspace over Grozny, nor did it allow the plane to land in Grozny or Makhachkala for a reason.
Only the professional work of the plane's pilots prevented the Russians from turning this incident into a provocation against Ukraine. Now Russia will do everything to hide its guilt in the crash and the loss of lives.
About a crash in Kazakhstan. Yesterday, December 25th, a passenger plane flying from Baku to Grozny crashed in the Aktau area. The plane was supposed to land at Grozny airport, but this did not happen. The Baza channel associated with law enforcement structures reported that the carpet plane was allegedly declared at Grozny airport. The Russians claimed that drones attacked an enterprise in the Volgograd region. There is an oil refinery in that area. RFE/RLS Caucasus Realities reports. The Russian Defense Ministry said that on the night of December 26, air defense allegedly shot down 3 drones in the Volgograd region. The governor of the Volgograd region, Andrei Bocharov, claimed that the drone debris fell on the territory of an industrial enterprise in the Kotovsky district. According to him, there was no fire as a result of the attack, and the debris did not hit the main production facilities. The Russian official did not specify which enterprise was involved. However, the agency notes that the territorial production unit of Lukoil Volgograd Neftepererabotka is located in the Kotovsky district of the Volgograd region. The plant produces liquefied gas and gasoline. In Crimea, a drone struck the ship Fyodor Urupin, which was seized by Russia from Ukraine in 2014. The incident occurred in December 23rd, but it has only just become known, Crimean Wind reports.
A drone hit a ship in the bay near the village of Chornomorsky in Crimea. It happened on Monday, December 23rd at about 5 p.m. Kyiv time.
According to the monitoring Telegram channel, the drone flew into the side of the ship Fyodor Urupin. The impact occurred above the waterline. The vessel did not sink, but the damage was caused. About Russian ship Fyodor Urupin. The Fyodor Urupin was built in 2010 and was seized from Ukraine in 2014 during the occupation of Crimea. According to a source of Crimean Wind, the ship has not been used recently. In 2017, the Primorsky District Court of Odessa arrested the property of the Chernomor Naftogaz enterprise seized by Russians in Crimea in 2014. Among other things, 27 vessels were arrested, including the tugboat Fyodor Urupin. Ukraine's Special Operations Forces have shared the second part of notes from the notebook of a North Korean soldier killed in Russia's Kursk region, found by Ukrainian soldiers, reported by press service of Ukraine's Special Operations Forces. About details, according to the latest update from the Special Operations Forces, the North Korean soldier belonged to a Special Forces unit. The newly released notes, according to the SOF, revealed that Private Gyong Hong-jong, prior to his encounter with SOF operators, detailed tactics for downing drones and hiding from Ukrainian artillery. The SOF noted that it is currently unclear whether these tactics are authentically North Korean or if they were taught to the North Korean troops by the Russians. Either way, the tactics involve using soldiers as bait. The notebook entry is accompanied by illustrations drawn by the North Korean Special Forces soldier.
How to down a drone. Upon detecting a drone, form a team of 3 people. The person baiting the drone should maintain a distance of 7 meters, while those shooting should be positioned 10 to 12 meters away. If the bait remains standing, the drone will also halt its movement. At that moment, the shooter downs the drone.
Another quote: how to avoid artillery fire zones. If caught in an artillery fire zone, designate a new assembly point for the group, split into smaller groups, and leave the fire zone. Another way, since artillery does not strike the same point twice, one can take cover at the side of the previous hit and then leave the fire zone. Previously, operators of the Special Operations Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine continued to kill North Korean soldiers in Kursk region. The first part of the deciphered notes from the captured notebook of the killed North Korean soldier can be found here. The Russians are trying to break through to Pokrovsk through the flanks and encircle the city using superior forces and formations of 3 armies, reported by Viktor Trihubov, spokesman for the Horditsa Operational Strategic Group, on air during the National Joint newscast.
The Russian occupiers are throwing all available forces forward to Pokrovsk at retreat and trying to break through the Ukrainian defense. However, there have been no battles in the city and its suburbs so far.
About details, the spokesperson stressed that there were no Russian sabotage and reconnaissance groups in the city and its outskirts. Nonetheless, the Russians are trying to encircle the city from the left and right flanks. Trihubov also noted that the Russians are avoiding frontal battles and plan to gain a foothold on the outskirts of Pokrovsk, as the fighting in the city itself is extremely difficult. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe.